Reality exists, and you can decide what to make real. Everything kind of just exists as it is. Like this weather. I said this last time. This weather is miserable. If you make it miserable. This weather is cold and rainy, and there's like a big storm right now. I guess like the western part of the state is getting a whole bunch of snow. And here, closer to the water, it is raining. I am under the water. I am drowning. It's all about perspective. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever you focus on is what grows. I keep telling myself this because what I just thought to myself is, there's a guy, I don't know, maybe was it like Henry David Thoreau or someone like that said something like, who even knows what quotes are true, like, no cap, Abraham Lincoln. But he said something like, don't trust a thought that you have indoors, or something like that. I guess the bigger theme of that quote is something like, don't trust a thought that you've only had kind of just with yourself, you know, kind of without any real reflection. Like that, those are the thoughts you have after sitting inside all day. They're just not, I don't know why, but they're just not good. And I know because today I sat inside all day. And now I'm not having any like negative thoughts, but I'm kind of remembering that I've let myself get wrapped up in negative thoughts in the past. That downward spiral of negative thoughts that you get when you just don't live in reality. When you make things that aren't real. Whatever you decide to make real is real. Reality kind of exists, like, you know, in that way, like, okay, I thought that solipsism was the only way, that everything would cease to exist if I ceased to exist. Or kind of like whatever is not right in front of me doesn't exist. But that's kind of the thought process of someone who's like, I guess it's like detached, but it's too detached. Like, you want to be detached from certain things, but you don't want to be detached from reality, because then you're just insane. And that's what I would be. I would be insane if I was like, nothing's real. No, I don't exist. Nothing. I think I really thought that. Nah, I don't even think that. I understand that I don't actually think that. My mind, there's a song, my mind's playing tricks on me. Oh, I just remembered that. Who makes that song? Oh my god. The guys who made that, you know the song Renee? Renee. I forget the words. Hey. My mind is playing tricks on me. That's why I say whatever you focus on, that's what's real. And that's why the internet is just insane, because you can just pick and choose. You can pick and choose what to lose your mind to. There's so many different options too. So many different options. I really think the biggest answer, actually, there was an ad on TV I was watching the Broncos versus the Commanders. Redskins, sorry. Actually, I want to do a thing about that. Like, how come the Redskins aren't the Redskins, but the Chiefs are still the Chiefs? Like, don't even get me started, bro. I can't say anything because I'm not Native American, so apparently I don't have a right to say anything, but anyway, that's a whole nother topic. It's a whole nother topic. But I was watching the game, and an ad came on the TV, and it said, it was a weird kind of ad. It was like showing kids on their phones and on their iPads, and then it said 4 out of 10 teens report feeling lost and hopeless and depressed. And then it was an ad for like AI. It was like, use AI to stop this. Use AI. I was like, wait, the solution to being depressed on a device is to use your device more using AI? I wish I remembered what the ad was, what the name of the ad was, but it was some AI like software that will somehow make you less depressed as a teen. And is that true? I mean, I have cousins who they're like in middle school, high school. It's not like I sit down and talk with them about, hey, like, what is your mind focused on? Like, how do you feel? See, people wouldn't even ask that. Like, I don't know for everyone's parents, or everyone's families, but I just get the feeling that, you know, parents aren't really like talking to it's hard to talk about that stuff. It's hard to be like, because that's the thing that's a big thing to talk about. That's the thing that's difficult. It's easy to say, do this chore or do your homework. It's easy to say, do your homework. But it's not easy to say, how are you feeling? How do you feel at school? Like, basically just how do you feel? There's a million different like things that you could ask about. Oh, do you have a lot of friends? How do your friends make you feel? Do you feel connected to people? Bro, these questions are like way too... Dude, some like 11, 12, 13, 14-year-old kid is not gonna understand what all that means. But my point is kind of just like, bro, I just throw away all these phones and iPads and shit, bro. It's all like, is it not so obvious that stuff is just retarded? But there's no escaping it now. This is just the way that society is. This is the way that life is. Like, you go into a school. I'm trying to think. When I was in like elementary school, middle school, actually no, we did have Chromebooks, bro. We had Chromebooks in like 20. Well, I say that like it was a long time ago. It feels like a long time ago. 2013, 2014. That's when I was like in middle school. Damn, that sounds like it was over 10 years ago. It sounds like a million years ago. It seems like we wouldn't have had that, if that makes sense. It seems like part of me grew up without a lot of technology. I mean, I didn't have a phone until I was 18. I had an iPod Touch, which I think is just as bad, but I wasn't using it like every day. Like, kids that have phones, bro, you have a phone. If it's a working phone, you have internet connection anywhere. Well, why are you giving your kid... Okay, now I'm talking like I don't even have kids. Why am I talking like okay, you know what? I'm just gonna draw the line here. If I had a kid, no screens at all. I don't care what you say. That's my rule. No screens. But then the problem is, you know, he goes to a friend's house, and that other parent doesn't give a fuck. So they have like 20 iPads laying around just to rot their brains away. My mom used to say, "Oh, the TV is rotting your brain." I didn't know what that meant. It's probably true though. But anyway, this whole tangent about screens and stuff. Like I said, I'm not a parent. Here I am telling parents how to parent. People with kids shouldn't tell other parents how to parent their kids. You know, you don't want that. Even I know that. All right, enough of that. Enough of this technology. I mean, it is kind of like I really think that it is such a big problem. I think it's just stupid, bro. Like, and that's how. Even today though, like, I stayed at home all day. It was raining. No fence work. No excavating work. I think I'll do fence tomorrow. But bro, besides making enough money to live, I'm in no rush to go do, like, that's my problem. I don't know what it is that I want to do for work. I know that I don't really want to do fence work. Maybe I've narrowed that down. They say that you have to try different things until you find something you like. I'll tell you what I do like. What I'm doing right now, I'm driving to stand up. That's what I'm doing. I'm driving to stand up. It's December 2nd. It's Tuesday, December 2nd. Going to Wait and See Comedy. And, you know, again, I feel like it's been raining non-stop. Well, it's only been the past couple days. Whatever. Whatever you focus on, bro. If you focus on, oh my God, it's raining all the time. Well, whenever I happen to be driving, it's at night and it's in the rain. Oh my God, it's raining so much. I know not to, I think there was more I wanted to say about not trusting myself when I'm not trusting my mind, kind of when I'm alone, like when I have the thoughts of not making these videos again. I go back and forth and back and forth. I'm like, what? I don't want people to know what I'm thinking, and then I'm like, fuck it, I don't care. What does it matter? And then I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna delete my channel because this is pathetic. All I do is sit around and think. No, bro. But what I do actually think is like, okay, maybe I've made enough of these. Sometimes I think of that. Maybe I'm like, maybe I've made enough of these videos. It's time to like turn off the camera. And not that I like really overanalyze my channel and my videos, but I'm not sure. There's a feeling of like, okay, kind of unplug completely, because I like this time last year, or actually earlier this year, like in the winter, I was filming like everything because I was like kind of like throwing shit at the wall, hoping it would stick. Live streaming a lot, posting stuff, and like it was, I think it was around this, it was this time last year I started streaming on my chess channel, and I had success doing that, but it was never enough. You know, that's the point of that train of thought. It's like it was never enough. Kind of seemed like I neglect. You're almost neglecting reality when you're hyper focused on a thing online. Thing online, nothing online is real. And I always look at it now, especially now, it's like everything is just AI. You can show me any video on YouTube or Instagram and I could be like, that's AI, and you would really have no way to like you couldn't prove in that moment that I was wrong. You couldn't prove that this isn't AI. Now the way you could prove it is like, okay, you watch someone film it and then you watch them upload it and then okay, there you go. But if you haven't done that, then you could just assume it's AI. You're watching AI content, this is AI, everything's AI. Oh no. So yeah, again, not much to think about. Last video I said I felt nothing. Right now, well, before I left the house, I was feeling anxious. Now I don't, because now I'm in action, right? And then the other thing I always think about is like this kind of nervous feeling that I have now, because I mean, every time I do stand-up, I get nervous. That's normal. I could be doing stand-up to 5 people, which I've done. Sometimes that's even more nerve-wracking because there's more silence. There's more silence. When you're out there in silence, that's hard. And there's actually a kid, Tajay, was talking about it. He was like, oh, I used to be comfortable with the silence and now I'm not. And I was like, what happened? He didn't really explain it, but I found that interesting. Because I think right now I'm good at that. I can tell a joke, and tell a joke to silence. I've been there, I've done it. It makes everything else easier. Going up to a girl at a bar and starting a conversation with her and she shuts you down, it's equivalent to telling a joke on stage and getting no laughs. Dunkin' $6 meal deal, I've got that like 3 times already. I'm gonna keep getting that. It's actually a good deal, guys. Go to Dunkin'. I might work at Dunkin'. The Dunkin' right next to my house is hiring. Maybe I could work there. Because the goddamn excavator guy, he didn't text me back. He said he was gonna text me tonight. I guess not. Bro, I don't. That job sucks, bro. Like, again, it's what you make of it, bro. It's what you make of it. I mean, the job itself doesn't suck, right? It's just a job. But at the same time, I know it's not what I want to do. And it's not. Am I going to keep trying different jobs and say this is not what I want to do? I can tell you one thing. I'm going to keep doing stand-up. And sometimes you could feel like it's pointless or that you're not, because I'm not making money from this. I'm making money from a job. But this is something that I've like committed to. This is like week 3 or 4 of doing this as much as I can. I just really enjoy it. I found that thing. I mean, I think it's just as simple as that. I might burn myself out from that. I don't know. I might end up hating this. I might never, maybe I'll reach a point where I quit doing stand-up. I don't know yet. I'm just going with it. Just so I live my life day by day, you know, like A$AP Rocky said. Fighting demons. But here I am pulling up and I'm actually like 2 minutes late, which is kind of unfortunate. It's fine though. It's fine. It's fine. I'm just gonna enjoy this moment, bro. Like, I'm just gonna. Damn, there ain't much to think about, bro. I'm here thinking about thoughts. I don't know if maybe in the past I've really gotten emotional about my thoughts. Right now I just don't feel it because I don't let it. I'm gonna make objective reality my bitch. This stand-up is here whether I'm here or not, and I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna make my presence known and I'm going to exist in this moment. And I'm gonna make objective reality my bitch. See ya!